This is the explanation for the routine you've just seen, the Grail. What you've received in your pack, as well as this DVD, are 3 cards. You've received a red-backed double-ender card, and this has been printed by the USPCC. Now that will either be a queen or a king. You've also received 2 blue-back cards, which match your double-end pips. Yep. So if you've got the queen, you'll have a queen of clubs in your pack, and a queen of diamonds, both with blue backs. What you need to supply yourself is a regular blue back deck, and when you get this deck, throw away the jokers and the advertising cards. Also remove all 4 queens, and in this case I will keep the queen of clubs and queen of diamonds, place them on the table. The queen of hearts and queen of spades I'll get rid of. Okay, and
just chuck them away.
Just get rid of them. And the reason for that, Chris,
yes,
is the fact that when you're going through the deck, obviously there's only going to be 52 cards rather than 54, and you're not going to see 6 queens as you go through. You're only going to see 4.
That's never good, is it?
Never good.
6 queens.
No. Right, the setup is very, very simple. All you need to do is deal down 11 cards.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11.
Yep. On top of that, you place one of your false cards. Then another 11 cards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. On top of that, you place another false card, but try and do these alternating. Or don't try, just do it.
Just do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Another false card.
Is that alternating?
I don't know. No, it's not.
Don't try, just do it.
Just do it.
Just get it done.
Then another 11. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Last false card, and that should leave you with 4 cards in your hand, which now go on the face. Okay?
Yeah.
So that's your setup. Now, from this position, your cards, if you were to deal down from the top of the deck, your cards are located at position 12, 24, 36, and 48. Yeah?
Quite easy to remember, isn't it?
It certainly is. It's your 12 times table.
12 times table.
For those of you that's going to find it hard to remember, we're going to put the numbers up at the bottom of the screen. Obviously, you can't watch the DVD whilst performing it in public, so try and memorise them. And if you were to deal from the face of the deck, the queens are now at position 5, 17, 29, and 41. Okay?
Slightly more difficult, that one.
Slightly. But, I mean, I've got a very bad memory, and it only took me about an hour to memorise.
Really?
Yeah.
Not too bad, is it?
That was just one of the numbers. That was 5. Right.
He's got them written.
That's another idea, actually. You can actually have the numbers written in the tab, so
that's a good idea.
It wasn't a waste of time bringing you.
No, I've come up trumps there.
Right, so all you do is you place the cards that are set into the pack. I always have the back of the cards on the half moon side of the deck. And there's a very, very simple move. Obviously, this card will be placed face down on the table. But there's a very simple move you've got to do if they call a number that isn't one of the surefire hits, one of the 8. Most of the time, I will say that out of 100 times, at least 20 times, they're going to hit dead on. And in which case, it's the cleanest effect ever. But even when they don't hit, it's still very, very clean. So if you name a number that isn't one of our direct hits.
27.
27?
Yeah. Okay,
so we know we've got a false card at 29.
29.
But that's dealing from the face, yeah? So the idea is we have to get rid of 2 cards from the face of the deck and put them on the back. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you just minus it in your mind.
It, yeah.
And this is the move, and it's not a move. You don't make a big thing out of it. You just open the deck. I will open it this side, so the backs are towards me. And as I tip the cards out, my finger will just count 1, 2 cards straight back into the box. Yeah? The deck now comes out into my hand, and then I tip these 2 cards on top.
That's a very natural way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and it only takes about a second when you're doing it in performance, and it's not anything, you don't say, oh, hang on, I've left some cards in the pack. Just do it as you're talking.
As you're talking, no one will even notice it.
So that means that one of the false cards is now at number 27.
Yeah.
Yep. So if we were to do that again, just pick another number.
31.
31, so we know we've got one at 29.
Okay.
Yeah.
Should I pick a different number?
If you want.
37.
37. So we know we've got one at 36.
Okay.
Yeah. So now it's 36 dealing down from the top of the deck.
Yeah.
So now we've got to get a card from the bottom to the top. We do exactly the same thing, and it's only one card. Open the pack up, tip them out, count one card back in as you take the deck out. That goes on top. Now, if we deal down this way, there'll be a false card at number 37.
And can they deal them face up as they go through?
Yeah, and then that way it's obviously easier for you to reset. Now, they will come past other jokers. Obviously, if you go to 37, then you would have already had 2 queens go by.
Yeah.
But they really don't notice it. And the thing is, and if they're dealing down like this, if they're dealing down really scruffy, just square them up.
Just so there's not like a little edge showing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that will happen basically with every number. The most cards you've got to displace is 3, okay? And it's exactly the same move. Tip out, 1, 2, 3. Pull the deck out and drop on top.
Very good.
But obviously, you wouldn't do it that slow. So we'll try and do this in real time. And if you need to move, we'll pick a number where you've got to move cards from the top to the bottom.
Okay. Is that a high or a low number?
Well, it could be, say 22.
22.
Are you sure?
Not positive, but I'll go with it. Yeah.
22, so I've got to move 2 cards from the top to the bottom.
Okay.
I turn the deck over so that it comes out face up.
Yes.
I count 2 cards back in, take the deck out, they go on top. And now we'll have a queen, hopefully, at 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now that's a good checkpoint, because I know the cards are in every 12 positions. So 22 minus 12 will be 10.
Which is
Yep.
One of your force cards, yeah.
So now I automatically know, because it's rotating, the next queen that come up will be the queen of diamonds.
So you know which way it's...
So I know which way I've got to move that.
And is this marked or not, or you don't really bother?
I haven't marked it, but it's a good idea to mark it just with a red Sharpie in the corner, so I know if it's one card, I have to pick up like this.
Yeah.
If it's another one, I have to pick up like this.
Yeah.
Yeah? So 10. We were 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Should be the queen of clubs, yeah?
Queen of diamonds.
Queen of diamonds, sorry. And that's 22.
That's good. That move will throw off a lot of magicians as well, because once the deck's out of the box, they're going to look for the displacement then.
Yeah.
So it's very off the cuff, and it's, you know,
it's just very simple to do. And the fact is, once I've done the displacement, I always give them the deck to look through.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very important that they don't shuffle the deck, because
if
obviously...
If you don't make a big thing out of it, they're probably not going to...
Just have a quick look through.
Don't shuffle them, they're going to go, why not?
Yeah. No, just have a look through. And in all intents and purposes, it is a normal deck of cards. So if you open with the Grail, you can now carry on and do any other card trick.
Yeah, because it doesn't take long to reset, does it?
No.
You could do it as you're walking, you know, to your next table or something like that.
Yeah, that's
very clever.
And that's the Grail. You'll have the numbers there if you watch it again. The numbers will be there. Just remember the numbers, and this will serve you
as well.
Yeah, good idea. You can write them in the flat, so you can do your calculation as you open it, and this will serve you well for many years. The Grail.
Excellent.
Thanks for helping.
Thank you for showing me.